Hello everyone. So in this video we'll be learning how to write a factorial of a number, right, in Java. So let us understand first what a factorial means. A factorial is nothing but the product of all positive descending integers. So for example, we say we want to find a factorial of 5. We write it as 5 exclamation, okay, then which is equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. The product will be 120. This is nothing but the factorial. Similarly, the factorial of 4 will be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay. Also, you have to remember that factorial of 0 is also 1. Okay. And we usually use factorial in permutations and combinations in mathematics. We are going to learn two different ways on how to find out a factorial of a number. So the first program will be looking for, will be using a loop. More precisely, we'll be using a for loop. And in the second way, we'll be using a recursion technique. Alright. So the platform which we are going to use is Eclipse IDE for Java developers. I have created a package by the name Factorial, and in which we have two different examples. In the first example, we'll be using for loop. So here we have a class by the name example1, and this is nothing but the main method, right? Inside main method, we have integer variables by the name I and fact. Fact is equal to 1. We have initialized fact is equal to 1. Now, let's say we want to check, we want to find the factorial of 5. Okay. So we'll introduce a for loop here. In for loop, we have initialized I is equal to 1. I checking the condition whether I is smaller than equal to the number or not. Yes, it is smaller than 5. So it will come inside. Fact was initially 1. So fact is equal to 1 times 1. It will be 1. Okay. I'm taking 5 as an example. You can take any other numbers. Okay. Fact is equal to 1 now. Now it will again check the condition. Yes, I is incremented to 2. So 2 is smaller than equal to number. Yes, condition is true. It will come inside. 1 times 2 is 2. Now again it will check, increment the I by 1. So now the value of I is 3. Okay, 3 is smaller than the condition is true. It will come inside. 2 times 3 is 6. I is 4. 4 times 6 is 24. 24, and now I is incremented to 5. Yes, the condition is still true. 5 times 24 is 120, and it will since the condition will be false this time because I is equal to 6, so it will come outside the for loop and it will execute this statement. Factorial of the number 5 here is fact. Fact is what? 120. Last value of fact was 120, so it will print 120. Okay, it is printing 120, right? Let's say, for example, I'll take 6. Okay, I'll check for this value. The factorial of 6 will be 720. Okay, right. Now we'll see the second way. In this, we are going to use recursion technique. So I have named a class by the name example2. Inside this is nothing but a method. Okay, this is a method, or you can say a function by the name Factorial, and its return type is integer. It will return an integer, right? So compiler will start from the main method first. Main method. Okay, the same way we have introduced I and fact, initialize fact is equal to 1. Then number we want to find out the factorial for is 4. Okay, fact is equal to factorial number. Number is 4. Factorial. This is calling the function. So compiler will come here, and the number was 4. So int n is equal to 4. It will check whether n is equal to 0 or not. If n is equal to 0, then it will return 1. For our case, the value of n is not 0. So it will come to the else part. Now return n times factorial n minus 1. N is what? 4. 4 times. It is again calling the function itself. N minus 1. Now n minus 1. N will be equal to what? 3. Okay, it will come inside and it will again jump to the else part. so 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, right? So it will keep on recurring. This is a recursion. It is calling the same function again and again. So this is nothing but the recursion technique, right? It will end once the n is equal to 0. Okay, when the condition will be false, it will come outside the loop, and the value of the last recursion, right, it will return that value, which means 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, let us quickly test it. The factorial of 4 is equal to 24. Let's say I take another number, let's say 10, and I want to find the factorial of 10. So it will be 3628800. This is the factorial of 10. I hope this was very much clear how to find out the factorial. It was an easy program, I would say, and we have used 2 techniques. First is by using loop, for loop, and then by using recursion technique. Okay, thank you so much.